a bit. Let's see here. I'm going to play with the background images on this one. Once again, in the users, Lisp users. If I was to say chat show, it's just for me easier to work in this window. I'm looking at the host OS, cd into Lisp users, oops, and then find dot minus iname. Let's say background. It's background images. It's the one I was using, I think. And these are the pictures. This one's a bitmap, and the rest of these guys are press. Is that interpress? I'm not sure. For some reason, it doesn't load this one though. I don't think. So I'm going to load that. So load background images. And I don't know if, like, by default, does it automatically load the compiled one if I don't put an extension? Because, like, Common Lisp would, but I don't know. I haven't been putting it there, but just to try it, I'll use the lcom file there. And then it has background images, comms. I don't know if that'll show anything or not, but what is it? EDIT? Is that what I did last time? I misspelled that. Oh, it's really tiny. Oh. So there's like functions and stuff. Let's see. Maybe I'll make that a little bit bigger just to see. So shape. I don't know if there's anything in here, but it's nice to see what's in here, I guess. Oh, well, it even tells you, like, right here, you got to call this. This right here is what sets it up, because right now it's still not in my background menu. This will put it in there. So just let me see if there's a background.fetch. All right, I'll probably leave that open for, well, this locks that up. So I can always come back to that. Guess I could always just minimize this one, maybe. Start a new one so I can leave that window open. In case there's something I want to see in there in a minute. It's like a background mode and a background shade. So anyway, so now I'm going to do what that says and run background.setup. What that did was put a little background right here. I'm going to change it to this one because I just want to see, even I've had that one mess up quite a few times. And here I can type edit. Nope. Can't edit nothing there. Not really sure why it's messing up. It says it's an invalid arg. I'm not sure where it's getting that argument from. So let me just control D so I'm not wasting too much time on this. And then there's a shade, but I can't figure out how to change the shade without changing the image. So there's jerkats. I guess now I have all these windows open though. Let me shrink that one. And let me just close that one. So there's less stuff on here, which means I can close this guy too. And then I can shrink this one, I guess. So you can background images, change the mode. So that might be centered, so you can tile it. It won't show the tile until you change it again. So that was just the Durcats. So now you can see it's tiling. And then if I was to change that back to, I don't know what reflect does yet. I think I ever tried that one actually. I'm just going to use the same picture. Maybe it's a little bit lighter or something. Change the mode back to center, let's say. And then change this to park. This is like the old park building, I guess. And then right here, if I was to say shade, let's say if I click some more stuff here, let's say, and then you can see the number up here, but if I quit that and then change the background, I'll just use park again. So see it changed this, the background of what the picture's not covering, I guess you could say. So a little town or village or something. That's where Dracula lives. And there's old Tiff. And a $2. So those are the ones I found so far. I want to say that there's is it HREAD? And then another function called READPRESS maybe. And these right here, as long as the picture can be read by these two things, then this can show it. All right, so I'm just kind of curious. Like, I don't know how to figure this out, but just out of curiosity, to try to figure out why that other one doesn't work. There might be a couple things we could do. And I want to say there's something called like, is it background? Background com. Do background com maybe. This is bringing up the background menu. So if there's a way to see how this is being built, we might be able to see what it's choosing whenever I click on one of those things. So what I want to do is say like df do background, hit yes, and then let's see right here. So there's a background menu. So I want to say that's probably the menu that's coming up. And then background commands. It's probably the commands that are being ran. And so if I was to say over here, I think in the first video I did that was 4 hours long, I tried to make a menu at the very end because the menu uses this underscore. For the longest time I couldn't figure out how to do this left arrow being an underscore. And then right before I made that video I figured that out. And I tried to make a menu, but all it did was pop up. So I'm just like looking right here where it says background menu. All I did was pop this up and I didn't know what to do with that. So if you have a menu like this and it's popping up, then what you can do is just put menu in front of that. So if we throw a menu in front of that, then it calls this. And then now I want to say I could come over here. If I choose the Moonwithstars, it's not working. You can see what it's calling. One of these was a bitmap and the rest of them were presses. I can't remember. I think the Park one was a press file, if I remember. So I'm going to say the same thing. Actually, I could just type fix. And I'm going to choose this time the Park one. And just to try to see if there's, because it's saying there's an invalid argument, I believe is what it said. It had a percent sign, but I don't know if that percent sign meant anything or not. It's like background.fetch, quote this, and then they're using the quote on the disk. User local Interlisp, medley list users, and then Park, background-park, press 1. So I don't know, like I can't see an error here that's coming up. And then what was the other thing? Background menu commands. I don't know what this is going to show, but it's probably like the commands in some format. Yeah, I did mean that, but I'll hit no. Fix. What am I mistyped it again. I guess I'll just hit yes since I'm not able to type. And then I'm not even sure if that's something I can pre-print very easily, but let's see. I'll just say fix. And then pre-print this. Does that work? Oops. I always hit Control E because I'm used to Emacs. So EP. Well, you know what? To see what the numbers are, you can just go into history with 2 question marks. And then, well, that one was the one that worked, right? So I Control E that and do this one more time. It shows them backwards, so you see the last thing you typed in. Background. So I'll just say like 18, let's say. So if I Control E out of that and say fix 18. And I'm missing the G right here. But it's not an uppercase one. And then now if I also say PP and then Control X to get to the end, then it makes it a little bit nicer looking than it was. So right here, background, I think this is not a command, not a function. But I want to say this is a function. So I wonder, well, I gotta start a new one. So the command to start these from the command line, the one I found, the exit windows was pretty long. And right now it's locked up, so I can't use it. But so if I also say just change background, then the background goes away. Well, here it's saying a shade. That shade thing had a number. Let me just try something real quick. Change background. Oops. Equal. Shaded in the screen. I don't know what the screen is, but I saw the shade at least. Maybe you can have more than one screen. So change background in the shade if I put 0. So yeah, that changes to white. So I guess to see numbers over here, we could say change, was it shade? And then show number. So that's what this is what I had clicked on earlier, I guess. So if I was to say like fix, and then change this to 38954. So left click draws them in, middle click makes them disappear. So let's just see if it's all black. Show number. So if I fix this, 65535. And I'll change it to black. I wonder what that shade's calling though. So probably like you can make it be ugly, like mess up your eyes or something. One like this. Show number. So if I fix that, hit delete, 61680. There you go. That was probably more obnoxious. Like I don't remember what it was to begin with, but it was something like this, I think. Nope. I don't remember. Maybe if I just say change background again with nothing, it'll go to the default. Okay. So there was the park one. I still don't see anything different in there. I guess that's like snapshot. How you take a snapshot, snap W maybe. That's a function. So this takes a snapshot and you put it where you want it to be. So I'm wondering. I guess the shade thing could have been in here too if I saw the commands. You know, I wonder, like, if I hit the question mark, does it show all that stuff? It shows the ugly one, not the pretty print one. Okay, so I think I showed the menu. So let me go back to this menu and do background menu. I wonder if I could have probably just said like change background. Let me try that too real quick before I do this. So I'll have to fix this and say change, just out of curiosity, change background. And then now I got to give it a shade. So I'll come over here. Maybe you can just plop stuff in like this too. Nope, not on this one at least. Control D to get out of there. Okay, what was I going to do it for? X34. I want to get the location of that file. So I'm going to pick the background one here. Moonwithstars is the broken one. And here's where it's located. And it's a press file, and there's HREAD, which I don't know. HREAD, so I'm going to Control E to get out of there. And READPRESS, what's that the other one? Let's see if that works. Yeah, it's expecting something. So READPRESS, since this one's a press file, I wonder if we can feed it this this disk right here. I wish I knew how to. Grab that stuff better. Like, if I was to fix 37, I won't waste too much time on this, but. If I was to say, like, let's see if it didn't work a second ago. Let's see if it works here. If I fix this again, or what if I just say like fix CL star? Will that work? No, I don't want to fix CL star. I want to get the coder of the CL star. I guess I needed to get the car of that. So if I said the car of the CL star. Now I wonder, I'd just say like READPRESS. I don't know what the options are here though. I guess I should look at that. So just a file name. So if I was to say CL star here. Okay, so that gives me a bitmap back. And I haven't, like, I don't know the easy way to just like pop a bitmap up on the screen. It's been bothering me. But I do know you can edit a bitmap. I want to say it's like edit bitmap. And this is pretty nice too to be able to use the comma-less one. So if I can say like edit bitmap and then do a CL star here. I think if you say screen, it's going to do it by a screenshot. So like when I pop up this edit, like if I just say edit bitmap, it pops this up, but it doesn't really give me something to open. Like I want to like, well, I never tried to middle click these things, so I don't think. I'll have to just move it. Oh, it's just moving it around. So let me hand edit here and just see if this edit bitmap can edit that. Okay. Which, well, the scroll window is only scrolling this bottom piece. I guess I could make the window a little bit bigger, maybe. I don't know what'll happen, but we'll try it. Okay, so, and then if I scroll, let's say I need to scroll up a little bit. If I scroll up a little bit, right click to scroll up. And I'm probably scrolling up too far, but I also probably need to scroll over a little bit. So left click to scroll to the right. There we go. So now we're starting to see the moon, so we can come up from here. I don't know how to, you can scroll up and down, but I'm not sure how you scroll like left to right really. Wish you could hit like Alt or something and scroll left to right, so probably want to scroll a little bit over here. And then start going up again. So it's scrolling up. As it scrolls up, I'm seeing the different parts of the moon scroll up. So it looks like the picture actually can be read by that, but some kind of flags getting thrown out. So let me close out of here. On this one right here. I just wish I knew how to debug better inside here. You know, another thing, talking about the debugger that was bugging me for so long is all the documentation I read, even in dinfo. So this dinfos, I guess like the man pages. So you can come around over here, and it works kind of like info pages actually. So if I go to next, then it'll start scrolling through. And you can do lookup and stuff. I want to say one of these pages has an error when you start scrolling down. I can't remember which one it was. I think I went too far. And whenever you type man on something that's inside Interlisp, that's what it's bringing up, is that dinfo. What's going on? It's like man print, let's say, or maybe even like an ASOC. Then we can see ASOC, which on some of those things earlier, maybe I could have used an ASOC on there. Like I never heard of some of these. Fast ASOC and SASOC. It's using an equal instead of an eq. So I close that. Then maybe just to check it out. So we had the pp of background menus, background menu commands. I just want to type this correct because I might need to redo it a couple times. Just fix it for me. And then Control E to get out of that. If I fix that, I don't know what I was typing wrong. So just to like try to get a certain part of that, we might be able to use like a CL find. I don't think that's properly going to pull this out the way, because I don't think the way that's structured, that if ASOC would work on that one, but I can try it in a minute, I guess. I know on some of these things it will, but this will at least get me in a general direction. Test, and then string equal. The string equal can compare a symbol to a string also. But yeah, that one didn't help me too much. But at least it's in the general area without everything else being on there. I think that's pretty much all I can think of. But, well, like trying to figure out how just to view a bitmap would be pretty nice. And being able to set the background's kind of cool, I guess. But I mean, I don't really care about changing the background, although this thing's not the most convenient thing to look at. The little like mesmerizing shade or whatever. Ribbit.